without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the one and only Vicky Dillard. Talk back to me. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm so pleased to be with my brother.
That's right. You don't talk about talk black to me. We are here.
Black to me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for this amazing invitation. And thank you for your extraordinary patience and peace, and greetings to your beloved audience. It's such a privilege to be with you. In the United States, they base levels of classified information based on the degree of damage it can do.
Power of the word. Tell me more.
Yes. I ain't finna go too far because I just want to actually whet our appetite. Why am I saying that? That's why I brought up when you make this minimal investment. You understand? So when people say, well, it's so-and-so, how much free information can we say the brothers been giving us? They've been giving information longer than some folks listening been born. That's not true. And we still sometimes don't value that, right? So when you make a certain type of investment, you understand, for certain types of knowledge, beloved, there's some knowledge that can do more damage than others, which means it's also of greater power. That means it's also hitting other dimensions and realms, which I'm not going to go right now on that. I just wanted to simply let us know that sometimes classified information is shared in war rooms. Did y'all hear that?
The Jason months are July, August, September, October, and November.
And even that's man.
That's right. And it will begin the day after we do our lecture. What Red Pill, with the twin pillars, red and blue, and Vicky Dillard will be doing is we will be broadcasting, we will be prophesizing, we will be letting you know what the next few months, these Jason months, what to look forward to and how to prepare yourself divinely, how to protect yourself, how to cover yourself, how to utilize information, right, as a weapon. Like you said, we will be in the war room, strategizing and properly preparing ourselves so we do not get caught up in this theater of war and the theater of politics and what we call psyop, psychological operations. It won't be me. You will not take you will not have room in my head, free real estate inside of my head or my heart based off of the fact that I am uninformed. No. We are going to inform the collective. We're going to inform the family on what to look for, and we're going to properly prepare you and protect you and cover you with the information and with that light on Sunday. We will see you in the building. It will be on Zoom only, and it will be recorded.
So make sure y'all. I put the link in the chat. Shout out to Vicky Dillard. I love Vicky Dillard's energy. The sister is absolutely electric, dynamic. A true. I want to say a true witch. I want to say a true witch in a good word. And when people think of witch, they think negative. But one of the Sybil, a powerful Sybil, a powerful spiritual. She's tapped in. Let me tell y'all this. Hold up. Let me tell y'all this. Because listen.
Yes. Peace. Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Peace to you and yours. Welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pill, reporting live and direct. How is everybody doing in the building? All right, let's do this. Let's do the roll call before we even begin. Start bumping our gums and get into the business at hand. All right, let's get to the business at hand. You dig? I think we're gonna play a little background music tonight. You know what I mean? After the roll call, we're gonna tap into some of that background. We're gonna set the mood and whatnot. It's one of those late night things. I was gonna go live today around 7:00. But the hoopla, I'm in Atlanta, so the hoopla was so strong around this debate. You know what I mean? Traffic was backed up. You know, the men in black was out there in the blacked out trucks and whatnot. So I knew something serious was going down. And I said, nah, let me do a late show. You know what I mean? Let me wait for this debate to be over because I know that there'll be some things that we need to talk about. You know what I mean? I don't want to turn the lights out on a Thursday night, and then the debate happens, and then we, you know what I mean? And boy, oh boy, am I glad that I waited. Fortune favors the virtuous, you know what I mean? And man, oh man, we're gonna talk tonight. So let's do this roll call. Let's see who's in the building. We got Memphis in the building. We got Hawaii in the building. Shout out to Hawaii. We got Flint Town in the building. We have Portland, DMV. You know what I mean? Salute from San Francisco. Body bag. Yeah. The LBC. You dig? We got Detroit up in the building. We got Seminole, Florida in the building. You dig? We got the RVA. We got Mystical Philly. We got Chi-Town. Denver up in this thing. Houston is up in here. Shout out to Houston and whatnot. You dig? We got Ireland. Too Hot, Arizona. Buffalo, New York. Louisville, Kentucky. North Miami in the building. A lot of gematria in the debate. Ohio in the house. Break it down. Break it down. You dig? Am I on YouTube right now? Yes, I'm broadcasting through Facebook and YouTube. You dig? Old Red Tide Trump 1, DC in the building. Jacktown. All right. Smyrna, Texas A&M. ATL, the GTA server. That's right. That's right. Sanford, Florida. Wichita Falls. Okay. St. Louis. You know what I'm talking about? The family is in the building. Salute to everybody pulling up. You feel me? Salute to every single person pulling up in the building. How's everybody doing? You dig? Greetings to all. Greetings to everybody pulling up. You feel me? Well, I guess we could go right into it. Well, we started well, before we get into anything, let me remind everybody on Sunday. I don't want to assume that we all are all aware of what we got going on. On Sunday, June the 30th, that is this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, okay, at the time of 8 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m., going all the way into midnight, of course, and more than likely, we will cross the threshold of midnight and go a little bit deeper into the day. We are going to be presenting to you another installment of our When in Rome series. This one is going to be Jason 24. All right. June. The Jason months are July, August, September, October, and November. Okay. And November. And we are going to be breaking it down. We got Vicky in the building, Vicky Dillard. She is in her bag. You know what I mean? She is going to bring a profound message to the goddesses, to the gods, to the sibyls, to the oracles, everybody who is intended to receive their message. We will see you on Sunday in the building. Okay. We made it very affordable. If you scan a QR code, it will take you right to your tickets. All right. We will see you in the building. For those who have been asking, yes, we are recording it. It is on Zoom only. It will be available for replay the next day. Okay. June 30th, Sunday. See you in the building at 8 o'clock. For everybody who has their tickets already, because we do have a lot of ticket sales, please put 1 in the chat so we know that we have some ticket holders in the building. We actually have a giveaway that we'll be announcing towards the end of the show. We actually have a giveaway that we will be announcing at the end of the show. Okay. So shout out to everybody who has been buying tickets. It seems like y'all are really interested in what it is that we're doing with this When in Rome. When I tell you, right, and I'm not one of those braggadocious people, but when I tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to make this up. The great divine speaks through signs, because just today alone, I collected about 10 different articles that speaks about the falling of Rome. All right. If it's not the things that are going on in Kenya, this whole Kenya thing backfired. The Kenyans tried to go ahead and do some real suspect shit. I don't know what they were trying to do, but Kenya, they had a uprising, all right, and they are under the deodorant of America, as it seems right now. They had a whole uprising in their country, okay, trying to hold on, I'll tell you right here, right? So this is over in Africa. Kenya is the breadbasket of Africa. Kenya is where Barack Obama said that his peoples are from and whatnot. All right. Kenya was also one of the main allies to America. Out of all of those nations, they had Kenya as an ally. The same day that Kenya sent troops to Haiti, the same day that Kenya sent troops to Haiti, right, to carry out a suicide mission by way of these imperialistics who deputized them. They had a whole damn uprising in their country, all right, which forced the president to back down on this IMF approved tax hike that they were trying to impose upon the youth and the people of Kenya. All right. When in Rome, things are falling. All right. Their coups won't even, they're nothing is going well for them. Nothing is going well for them. And after you saw this debate after watching 5 minutes of the debate, okay, after watching 5 minutes of the debate, you don't have to question why people don't respect this country or anything that this country is trying to put forth. And if they put forth anything moving forward, it will have to be in force. They will have to twist arms and threaten people because nobody is scared of your man firing off of them. When in Rome, they stormed the parliament. When in Rome, they took the mace out of the parliament. They cannot even proceed in parliament without the ceremonial mace. They removed that. They ran up in the parliament. Okay, they had Barack Hussein, Obama's sister, at the protest getting tear gassed and whatnot. This is on. This is America's top ally right here. These are the people that's supposed to hold the region together. These are the same people who's supposed to be going to Haiti to initiate some form of democracy. We don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is the tool. These are the puppets, or the administration for that matter. The people, as you can see, they not having it. But the puppets of the administration, right, is Kenya.
Weeks of protest against the IMF-backed finance bill, Kenya's leadership says it's ready to listen to the country's youth.
I am very proud of our young people. They have stepped forward tribeless. They have stepped forward.
Yes. When in Rome, the youth will be the ones who are going to turn the tables upside down. So look at what we had pop off in Bolivia. Hey, talk black to me. It's something in the air. There has to be something in the air. It's unprecedented, the things that are going on around the world right now. Okay? It's unprecedented, the things that are going on around the world right now. You can't even keep up with it. There's so much malarkey taking place. You can't even keep up with it. This was a failed attempt of a coup in Bolivia. A failed coup in Bolivia. Make sure y'all hit up the like button. Okay, make sure y'all hit up the like button. America flew out the U.S. ambassador, right? Was that in Bolivia or was that in Kenya? Okay. A lot of politics taking place. A lot of politics taking place. Okay. Yes. The Kenyan military landed in Port-au-Prince yesterday after the things popped off in Kenya at home. Yes, they did. They are meddling in the business
Weeks of
that has
protest
nothing to do with them. They are meddling in affairs that have nothing to do with them, trying to police other nations when at home they are having uprisings. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You know what I'm talking about? Make it make sense. They are initiating some form of quote unquote, policing of affairs when they don't have their own affairs in order. It doesn't make sense. What did we watch tonight?
President Trump.
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became president.
What did we watch
Mr.
tonight?
Trump left me. We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach into your arm. You'll be all right. The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible. And so what we had to do is try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out the position where we have 800,000 new manufacturing jobs.
Fam, I thought that the JFK nigga sounded bad, right? He was hard on the ears. You know what I'm talking about? I had to turn off all of his interviews because, I just don't do bad audio. But from the minute Joe Biden opened up his pie hole, right? He sounded like death. It sounded like somebody scratching on the blackboard. It sounded like Freddy Krueger walking down an alley, bro. He's not easy on the ears. I never heard him sound like that. Okay. I never saw him talk for that long in the 4 years that he's been allegedly the president, allegedly the commander-in-chief. Now we know from what we saw today, right? Whoever was talking to him in his ear, somebody might be like, I didn't see an earpiece. No, this is the president of the United States of America. The earpiece is inside of his ear. Okay. Whoever was informing him on the answers and what to say as his rebuttals failed miserably. Joe, we did it, Joe. Where was she at? I think he pooped in his pants twice. Somebody come and get your great grandfather off the stage, fam, because this wasn't it right here. This was not it. We could even talk about Trump, but this ain't it. If you even make it to November, remember the Jason months start the day after we do the lecture. The Jason months are 5 months. We got 5 months. Okay, we have 5 months of this shit show. And tonight's debate literally kicked off the quote unquote presidential shit show, right? Today was proverbial when they, shoot the starter pistol and the race begins. This was what we saw today, right? This is what the debate, this is what it was setting up. Will he be replaced? Yes, he will. We spoke about that a few days ago on the show, that there were rumors about him being replaced by Newsom. Okay. That is the only person that I could think of from the Democratic Party who could qualify to even stand against Donald Trump and not be completely tsunamied, landslided, and buried under a whole lot of rubble. Don't even mention the name of your homegirl who tucks her Timberlands in and says, we did it, Joe. Okay. Let's not even talk about her, right? And that's not me saying it, it's everybody else. They must know something that I do, but she's not very well liked by her party. And they say she stands no chance against Ronald Trump. Okay. Ronald Trump. Martin Luther King III and his wife are currently visiting Kenya. Well, I hope that they are in a Starbucks somewhere safe. Okay. So even with the, it just was a bad look. Like it was a horrible demonstration of what the leadership and even with the potential leadership of this fallen empire looks like. If there was any indication, right? If there was any sign from the quote unquote universe, right, of the throughway, or I'm looking for the word. If there was a symbolic gesture that was to stamp the argument that me, Blue Pill, and Vicky Dillard are bringing on Sunday when we say "win in Rome," by tying by tying in the decline of this corporation, or the decline of the USA, to the decline of the Roman Empire, then it would be tonight's debate. Okay? We don't have to even look around to look at the dismal state of all things American right now, all affairs. The communication is off. The energy is off. They were both up there sounding like imbeciles. For real. They were both up there embarrassing themselves. I don't think that we've ever seen such a poor display of what's supposed to be strong men, men of power, global leaders than tonight. Okay? I was only about 5 to 10 minutes into the debate, and I was already ready to throw that shit away. Like, come on, bro. Like, is this the bizarro world? Am I being punked right now? Where's Ashton Kutcher? Okay. I looked around and all I saw was this guy. I mean, where was Jim Carrey at when we needed him? They was definitely mumble rapping on stage. They was mumble rapping and bumbling, like Blue said, on stage, bro. They could have got two niggas from Bankhead to have a better debate. They in Atlanta, by the way. I'm just saying. They are in Atlanta. They would have fared better by getting two dudes from 5 Points or Bankhead. Just pluck two niggas out of the barbershop on Bankhead to give a better argument about worldly affairs. Because what were they talking about? The moderators were horrible. They were saving Joe Button at every single turn. It was heavily, you know, that it was so redacted, those long ass commercials, right? Where they were trying to where they were recharging Joe Biden's batteries, while they was giving him shots of Geritol, while they was changing his diaper. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they was in the A. They was in the A. You know, while they was letting him hit the vape. You said they was talking about golf. What is this, golf wang and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? This shit is scary, yo. You got 5 months. If anybody plays the game of chess, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and share this shit. If anybody plays chess, then you know that your opponent will strike you when they deem you to be weak, or when they deem you to be an easy target and whatnot. Anybody that's watching, anybody who watched the debate and got drama or smoke with the USA, right? Oh man, they doing a Birdman hand rub right now with their war strategists, because they have to say to themselves, we got to get at these people before the Donald Trump dude takes reign and whatnot, because it's sweet like bear meat. Homie walking around literally like Weekend at Bernie's. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And yo, the minute he said malarkey, I immediately started thinking about my name. He hit him with the Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. You feel me? So Trump was putting on a show for his base. They were going crazy in the trailer parks. They were in the back of some swamplands in Florida shooting off the AKs, the AR-15s and whatnot. He was feeding 4chan. He was feeding Ben Shapiro and these niggas. He was feeding the streamers. He was feeding niggas from Florida with spiked hair. Trump was giving his base the show of their life. And Biden wasn't, he was just he was falling into every single trap. You feel me? So what these debates are turning into are just, it's a meme pool. It's a pool of memes, right? That people are going to go ahead and start chopping them up, making fun of them, and feeding the machine. You know, Trump showed some poise, and he, I mean, how can't he show poise? You don't have to do anything when your opponent can't even utter and finish a thought. He didn't have to do anything. That's like getting in the boxing ring and your opponent is swinging opposite of where you're standing. You're just gonna stand there and say, shit, we just gonna have to make a movie tonight. You know what I'm talking about? I don't even want to wrap this one up too quick. I'm gonna, like when a cat plays with a mouse. Yeah, the blacks. The blacks for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Um, he looks pseudo presidential, like SNL presidential, like Living Color presidential. You know what I'm talking about? And then Biden slipped in one meme for the night where he said, I'm the only criminal, the only convicted felon that I'm standing on is right next to me. And then Trump came and washed him. I mean, he put him in the cleaners. He said, no, your son is a convicted felon, sir. So this turns into, one of those. This shit was worse than it was more childish than what y'all said Drake and Kendrick was doing by talking about baby mamas and feeding them fake information and the whole shit about the St. Mark's Hotel, nigga. They was literally up there chatty pattying and being imbeciles in front of the world. Okay. And Trump said, so I don't want to get involved with the malarkey that they were up there dealing with. You feel me? I don't even want to get involved with that malarkey. There's going to be 1,000 YouTube videos and channels out here that's going to feed into that type of energy, and they're going to hee haw and they're gonna ha ha hee haw. They're gonna have fun. You feel me? It's a lot of red meat out there right now for people to chew on. What I want to focus on is more so the aspects of, yes, the falling, right? The great fall. Okay. The great fall. When in Rome. Okay. I mean, we could go ahead and do the lecture tomorrow. I don't need any more. I don't need any more material. I'm literally materialed out. You know what I'm talking about? I need to try to cut this damn lecture down. We're gonna be on that bitch till 4 a.m. You feel me? I ain't have enough material at this point to rest my case. Okay. When in Rome, this shit is going down. For real, for real. It's not even this is unrepairable. This is unrepairable. Okay? You can't just come in and hope by pushing a lever or pressing a button and whatnot is going to fix what you witnessed tonight. Right? No. This is spiritual. what you're witnessing and what you will continue to witness, because the buck don't stop right here, family. The buck don't stop right here. This is just like sitting in the middle of a horror movie, and this is one of those scenes and whatnot of a slasher flick where it's like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Shit, Jason cut his nose off. But it doesn't stop there. It does not stop there. So strap yourselves in, get yourselves ready. Okay. Get you a cushion and whatnot, and maybe even a helmet, because this will be a bumpy ride. This will be a bumpy ride. Before it gets any smoother, it will be bumpy. Before it gets smooth, it will be bumpy. Melanated black man and black woman and child, and when I say we, I don't speak French, and I don't even know who the fuck we is to keep it 1000 with you, but we got work to do. We cannot sit back at this juncture in time and allow for some mysterious Jesus to take the wheel, or we cannot sit back in this time and age and just miraculously think that these pieces are all going to fall into place magically. No, we have to build our own puzzles. We have to build our own quote unquote game. We have to put our own pieces in place to get our own thing going. These are two bumbling idiots and fools and whatnot. There is no way, no how that any type of leadership under either one of these people are going to be something that's going to feed you and is going to help you prosper and will assist you in your quote unquote elevation. But I will tell you this, it will, for those who are on a spiritual path, whoever takes the reins and whatnot, they will be highly instrumental in your growth and development, because you will go through what people who are going through spirituality go through, and that is suffering. Okay. That is levels of suffering, similar to going to the gym and being faced with a lot of pressure by pushing those weights, you know what I mean, that are trying to literally take you out. Literally trying to take you out. You sit on that bench underneath those 300 pounds and whatnot, and you don't have a spotter on deck, and you're not able to push that damn weight. That weight is going to take your neck out. So the pressure of a Trump administration, right? When Project 2025 is initiated, okay, and you were used to living life a certain type of way. Look, they even before they bring Trump into office, you have certain states right now, they not even waiting. They're initiating the 10 commandments in Louisiana, I believe. They're initiating all type of things. They're moving forward with this whole Christian right type of with this Christian right movement, where they are attempting, okay, to bring evangelical Christianity, radicalize Christianity back into the quote unquote fabric of America, under the premise that they're restoring some type of morality and values and whatnot. However, these moralities and values, while some of them are, honorable and whatnot, they will not be here to serve your purpose. Okay. They are not being enacted to make you or I's life more easier. Right? Let me see. Give me 1 minute. Y'all all right in the building? How's everybody tonight? Superpowers. So check this out. So all Oklahoma schools are now required to incorporate the Bible as an instructional support into the curriculum across specified grade levels, the state superintendent announced, right? So this is Oklahoma. It just happened in Texas. No, Louisiana. Okay. So Louisiana popped up and they did it too. Okay. And I know Pope Pablo is going to have a field day going over all of these quote unquote changes that are taking place. I know Pope Pablo is going to be able to unpack a lot of the things that are taking place during Sunday's lecture. All right. Um, there's a lot moving. It's a lot of pieces moving, a lot of moving pieces and whatnot. But it's a beautiful thing. There's an acceleration that's taking place. There's an acceleration taking place. And I am not mad at the acceleration that I'm seeing because things have to change. Okay. Things have to change. And if somebody asks, will they change for the better? It will always be for the better if you make it. Nothing is happening to you, it's just happening around you. It will change if you make it. Okay. There's no victims in this reality that we exist in right now. So you be the change. Okay. You be the change. When Trump was the president for those 4 years, me personally, I was not affected one bit. You know what I mean? There was no, it was something to observe. There was a lot of observations taking place. I had to make big observations and whatnot. It was a lot to take in, but I fared well. You know, I did. It didn't affect me. So this term won't affect me either. But for those who are not prepared for what it is that they're about to usher in with this radicalization of nationalism and this radicalization of their faith and whatnot, and this quote unquote the erasing or the targeting of woke culture, it's really a culture war, right? So you just have to be prepared to know what you're looking at while still working on what it is that you got to work on, while still focusing on what it is that you got to focus on, regardless if they got aliens for president, regardless if they have no president, if they initiate martial law, regardless if we never see another election. That is not going to stop you from doing what it is that you have to do and being who the hell you came here to be. So hopefully in the next 6 months, the next 5 to 6 months, we will become more focused and we can begin to initiate more solutions because they are out there. There are solutions available. There are initiatives available. There are people who want to come together, not on camera, not in front of the world, but where it matters the most, face to face, and make some things happen. It's a spiritual war. It most definitely is one. It is most definitely is one. The governor of Louisiana signed a bill into law to display the 10 commandments in the classroom. Okay. The governor of Louisiana signed a bill into law to display the 10 commandments in the classroom. Okay. So that just goes to show you where this country is going and who's taking it there and whatnot. So as Islam becomes one of the fastest growing religions around the world and it's influencing many different countries and many different nations and things of that nature inside of the borders of America, you're seeing a revival of Christian nationalism, evangelicalism, and whatnot, Christian Zionism. Okay. Christian Zionism. When they asked them about the questions dealing with, is it real? That was an eye opener. The deflection is real. The bragging of the supplying of weapons of mass destruction to a country that is basically carrying out genocide in front of the world. That was telling. Okay, that was telling. Noble Drew Ali said, if you give them enough time, they will tell on themselves. And that's exactly what I was hearing tonight. You know what I mean? The admittance of being, the hand that's behind a lot of these conflicts, whether it was Ukraine or is it real and whatnot. But them people was telling on themselves, and for the record, I am not promoting, I'm not supporting, and I'm not standing behind any one of those candidates. I am publicly renouncing any type of forms of, I don't want anybody to get it confused. I'm not a part of this bandwagon. I could care less if people are feverishly behind Donald Trump and they come up with 100 reasons why they don't think he is who he is. I'm not concerned because this is a political theater that I will willfully remove myself from. Y'all play in that arena if you want. You could play around with these two options of a bomb and a grenade. You know what I mean? You imagine if they gave you an option of a bomb and a grenade. Which one do you want? A knife or a gun? A knife or a gun? So this demonstration, for those of us who are breaking free of this spell, for those of us who have broken free of the spells, for those of us who truly want to unplug from the matrix, for those of us who need more we need more ammo to help us break others free of the matrix. Well, here you have it. Okay, while people try to utilize what they saw tonight as some form of entertainment, you could take that and you can use it and put it in your tool belt and whatnot and use it for what it's used for, to get people up out of their quote unquote spell, to help break them out of this spell that they're under. Okay, to free them of the bondage of Americana, to get them up out of this Roman mind state, to give back to Caesar what is his. Okay, to give back to Caesar what is his. Okay, this had more people looking at, we call America Rome, right? So this had more. Hopefully, this had more people looking at Rome as an undesirable place or undesirable quote unquote goal. This shit don't make me, if I was across seas, this wouldn't make me want to run to America. It make me want to run away from it. So expect the expats, expect the passport bros, expect the number of people exploring other countries instead of dealing with this political turmoil to begin to rise. And that's not a bad thing. You can't hold nobody to that. Everybody has their own fate. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has their own contract and whatnot. So if people decide that they want to get up and move around instead of sticking around with this quote unquote with these geezers, then they have every right to do such. Let people roam this planet. We are global citizens. We're not relegated to one experience underneath one goddamn administration. We're not a battery pack. So we don't have to sit around and be on a hamster wheel or be a goddamn battery charge for this empire or this regime. You know what I mean? We owe it to move around and make some things happen. And definitely after watching tonight's debate, I know 100% why things are not happening. And I also know for another 100% things will not happen if we depend and rely on these incompetent leaders. All right. I won't even have the argument. I won't even entertain the quote unquote back and forth or conversation with anybody dealing with what I just saw. It's I'm good on that. I'm good with my decision making when it comes to that. Okay, I'm very good with my decision making when it comes to that. It is time to pursue happiness in a whole nother way. So these people are actually helping persons such as myself with my psyche and whatnot, because I know that this is a shit show and I will not participate. And I'm calling back a lot of my powers. a lot of my energy and a lot of my quote unquote whatever I've given to this government and whatnot. It's time to bring all of that back, contracts and all kind of shit, because this is Rome. This shit is falling, okay, and it can't get up. I've fallen and I can't get up. You dig? That's your president, Joe Biden. That you was working for this nigga. You voted for him. You believed in him. You know what I'm talking about? You was crying when Kamala came through. You niggas was wearing pearls. You dig? That was you. That was you. Okay? That was you. Even when he was with Joe Biden, you know what I mean? That was still you. Because he was still, I mean, even when he was with Obama, I'm sorry, y'all was still riding with him. And he still had blood on his hands. He was still the nigga from the crime bill. That's your man's in it. So go ahead and pick him up. You know what I'm talking about? Go and pick your man's up. Somebody needs to make the Biden pack. You know what I mean? Hunter and Joe. Somebody needs to, because I'm smoking on the Biden pack. You know what I'm talking about? He's a pack right now. You know what I'm talking here? He's a pack. He's gumbo. He's a pack of gumbo. You dig? He got smoked. He smoked himself. You know? He smoked himself. The disrespect that his own party is giving him right now. They like, nah, he got to go. They trying to do his ass like Joe Pesci on Goodfellas. They like, he got to go. They gonna invite him somewhere and take him out. They like, he got to go. You know, they lost all faith in Sleepy Joe tonight. You know, Joe and Jill better go somewhere and just get a I don't know, go to Colombia, go get some teeth work. Get you know what I'm talking about? Go get a BBL and lay up somewhere. Just chill. You know what I'm saying? Cause this ain't for you, fam. This ain't for you. You know what I mean? Country's going through too much. We got beef with a nigga that wrestles a bear. You know what I mean? Vladimir Putin, he be wrestling bears and whatnot. And we got Fire Marshal Bill. You know what I mean? He probably couldn't wrestle a bed bug. You know what I'm talking about? He was looking feeble, my nigga. I know they say the meek shall inherit the earth, but goddamn, not yet. Son was looking feeble, bro. What are we doing? See what I'm talking about? What are we doing? He was looking feeble. Not only was he looking lost, he was looking feeble. You know? And I seen some slip ups with Trump, but Trump gets to be Trump because Biden is Biden. What happened to Jamal Bowman? He got cooked. He got cooked. He got cooked by AIPAC. You know? He got cooked by AIPAC. Biden lost his train of thought several times. I think like every time. He didn't land his plane once. If he was on Clubhouse, Whack 100 would have been took him off of the stage. He didn't land his plane once. You feel me? This nigga didn't land his plane once. Lost his train of thought. The train been left the station, fam. Son been gone. You dig? He been a rat. Then he dozed off during the debate. He pooped his pants, man. I know when niggas poop their diapers. I used to be at the I used to be at the nursing home, and I know when he pooped his pants. I think around the time when Trump was shooting at Hunter, he took that one personal. You know what I'm talking about? He took that one person, he pooped his pants. And it was just a bad demonstration of this age-old, democratic, good old boys, baby boomer generation. No disrespect to them whatsoever, but man, the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? You got no youth vote anymore. No youth. I'm talking about you got 3-year-olds that's sharper than this nigga. You not gonna talk. No children is voting for Uncle Joe. None. They scared of Kamala and they're not voting for Uncle Joe. He's looking like Tales from the Crypt. You know what I'm talking about? You can't even put Uncle Joe in a Disney movie. He's scary like Gargamel. And they might go with Trump because he's childish. You feel me? He's just childish. He's childish enough to where he will influence the children. You know? You said every time Biden froze up, that's when the shrooms was kicking in. He should have started yawning. If the presidential debate was at the Showtime, yeah, they would have brought the Sandman out on both of these clowns. On both of these clowns. How you have a cold and it was a streak of 100 degrees. There's a heat wave in America. Where was he at? In the Ukraine? Sipping on icicles, nigga. You're in a heat wave. You cannot have a cold in a heat wave. You cannot have a cold in a heat wave. I'm not buying it. I said the same thing to myself, like, damn, this nigga was hitting the Zah real heavy before he came outside. Like, he must have flew right to the dispensary out here in the A and whatnot. What the fuck? But it was more than that. Yes, he had brain freeze. He had brain freeze. He had Kermit the Frog in his throat. Okay. I don't even want to see a vice presidential debate. I'm done with these debates. I'm done with them. You know what I'm saying? They lost me on this one. I'm good. I'm good. I'll read the tweets, my nigga, after the next one. I do not want to see. I wasted about 3 hours of brain cells fucking with these niggas right here. I can't. I cannot. I literally was feeling like somebody pulled me into the bizarro world. I was offended. Literally. Yeah, it was past his bedtime. They should have had him outside when the sun was out. Well, he was definitely mumble rapping. And then when he was slipping up, they was like, okay, and they was cutting him off. And I was like, nah, let that nigga go. Let grandpa go. What you talking about? Why you cutting him off? They was out there throwing out wild lifesavers, saving him. Saving him. The hell? But yeah, man, it's just ugly.
President Trump.
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became president, what Mr. Trump left me. We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach into your arm. You'll be all right. The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible. And so what we had to do is try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out the position where we have 800,000 new manufacturing jobs.
This nigga made YSL Woody look like an intellect, bro. He's making YSL Woody look like a motherfucking genius or something. Like, what's up with your mans in them, bro? Well, I mean, for real though. You flew into Atlanta for that? You flew into Atlanta for that? You could have stayed in Delaware, man. You flew into Atlanta for that, to get cooked like that? Come on now. Let's look at another clip. The fuck? It's crazy.
Scholar throughout the world, the most respected, wanted it brought back to the states. I did that. Now the states are working it out. If you look at Ohio, it was a decision that was an end result. It was a little bit more liberal than you would have thought. Kansas, I would say the same thing. Texas is different. Florida is different. But they're all making their own decisions right now. Move until we get the total ban on the total initiative
relative to what we can do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look,
all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
That was the part when he
He
pooped.
did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare because all of these people are coming in. They're putting them on Medicare. They're putting them on.
And he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
It's not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in.
Just take a look at what he says he is and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Never.
But I had, how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Let's
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
Let's not act like children.
to a specific concern.
This is
that
America,
voters have for
y'all.
you. Will you pledge tonight that
This is the America that our parents introduced us to. It was like, this is the land of, we want you to stay in school. You know what I mean? We had to get up at 5 a.m. on them cold mornings, We had to do a lot of sacrificing and whatnot because our parents said that this is the America that, all dreams come true. They sold us on some shit, y'all. You feel me? And they told us that the president was the most powerful man in America, and we supposed to respect our presidents and all of this crazy shit. But in this day and age that we are in right now, it is a beautiful thing because so many eyes are being opened up. Like Cat Williams said, I came in this bitch to expose. This is the year where all things will be exposed in 2024. All of the seals are being broken and the veils are being lifted. What I walk away from this rather than a good laugh is the fact that once again, the spells are being broken. People have awoken. There are millions of people around the world who watched this tonight and mysteriously and magically woke up from a spell and was like, wait a minute, what the hell? What the fuck was I under all of this time? This emperor has no clothes. This is not the America that Hollywood sold me. This is not, quote unquote, this is not the mighty America, the shining light of the West. Yeah, I think Biden should go to Drake's house in Canada. That's what I think he should go in one of those rooms and whatnot and smoke the hookah. The fuck? So it is what it is. You won't catch no surprise you won't catch me over here acting surprised, none whatsoever. The only thing that I would say to you is right on time. When in Rome, it is right on time. We are going to have a presentation prepared for you on Sunday that's going to blow your mind. I promise you. I mean, God damn it. We could do this one with our eyes closed. You know what I mean? But it's going to be a perfect ingredient to create this gumbo that we put together of Vicky Dillard, Blue Pillar, Red Pillar. You dig what I'm saying? So we could drive this message and we could drive some information home. You dig what I'm saying? Because the next 5 months, July, August, September, October, November, hopefully we will meet up with 1,000 of y'all in August when y'all pull up to Atlanta to the meeting of the masses and whatnot, it's going to be 1,000 plus, right? We're going to be able to make some plans. We're going to be able to make some contingency plans, but we're going to begin those plans on Sunday. All right. So we need you in the building on Sunday. The link I'm going to drop this link right here. The link is also in the description of the show. You could check it out. All right. It's on Eventbrite. Okay. Check out it's on Eventbrite. If you put When in Rome in Eventbrite, it will pop up. This is online only, Zoom only. Of course, you know, we're not able to talk about certain things on YouTube and all of these public places. Zoom will be the place where we could let our hair down and let it really all come out. You know what I'm talking about? So we are also offering a giveaway tonight. Let's get to this giveaway before we get up out of here and whatnot. We have a giveaway where we're going to be giving away 4 tickets, okay? 4 free tickets to the one who gets the question correct. I'm going to pose a question, okay? It's a trivia question. I will pose a trivia question, and when you answer the trivia question correctly, depending on who answers it, you will be able to get yourself a free ticket, okay? Because we definitely want to look out for the family that's out there based off of the fact that y'all look out for us. All right. So let's get to this trivia question. Let's see, where is it? I wrote it down. Okay. Somebody said Putin was laughing his arse off. He definitely was, man. He probably feel bad for America right now. Like, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all live, man. I'm gonna let y'all just figure this shit out on your own because y'all got it bad over there, man. Y'all don't even need nobody to come and do an invasion. Y'all already been invaded by nincompoops. You know what I mean? Y'all been invaded by you know what I'm saying? Y'all been invaded by dumbed down fucking, you know what I'm saying, mindless dweebs and whatnot. Like you gotta feel sorry for these people. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Yes, the live with Queen Vicky was definitely fire. I got a lot of responses. People said that they loved the show so much that we should do a weekly show with Vicky Dillard and whatnot. And I couldn't unsee that. When I saw it, I was like, yo, I could not unsee that. That's something that resonated with me. I'm like, that's something that resonated in my core. I definitely was like, yeah, I could see myself doing that. So thank you for that suggestion because it was heartfelt. It was something that it you know, yeah, it landed in a good place. You know what I mean? Sometimes I read comments and I'm like, nah, that won't happen. But when I read that, it was almost like I could foresee it. It's almost like I could foresee it. And the way that the government and the way that you know what? You know what? You know, all things are possible. So leaving on Sunday, you know, I want to be able to, even if I was to present that to Vicky, it would be based off of how Sunday works out. And when I think about it, leading up to the presidential election in November, right? We do have 5 months leading up to the elect or the selection in November. Yeah, one day out of the week or maybe 2 days out of the week every week where we're able to break down the news, when we're able to give you a When in Rome update, when we're able to get into the books, you know what I mean? Pope Pablo and Queen Vicky, you know how they get into the Bible and they get into the Helios Biblios and they catch that spirit and whatnot. Yeah, I think that would be good because to be honest with you, when it comes to, you know, daily news, I don't know too many people, you know, that stay on top of the news like Vicky. She's on top of the news every day. Like I'm learning from her. You know what I mean? I'm learning from her when I tap in. So I will bring that to her. I will bring that to her. Just I want to make her proud on Sunday because I did tell her that this was going to be monumental. I told her it was going to be epic. It's already looking epic. It's already on its way to be epic. I just wanted to really be epic like that. So I want y'all to be in the building and whatnot. I want y'all to pull up. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Crumb TV, the Juneteenth in Mexico episode that we did. Man, I loved it. I really did. And I look forward to doing more videos with Crumb and the good brother Mo, right? That was a very, very informative back and forth that we had on the Juneteenth episode. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, the When in Rome update. Because as you can see, right? And I mean, I didn't make it up, but as you can see, we need to keep an eye on all things Roman. We need to keep an eye on all things Roman because this thing is moving like the Roman Empire. Moving like and there's so many comparisons. Did you know that the hashtag when in Rome is trending on TikTok? Right? When in Rome, the fact, and it's not based off of the lecture that we're doing. This trend has been growing on social media where Europeans, right, white people, right, they're actually saying they're pointing out the similarities of the falling of the Roman Empire with what they perceive to be the falling of the American regime or the USA empire. Okay, because America is a continent. So the USA empire, they're like, yo, they're drawing the comparisons. They're drawing the comparisons across all lines, you know, across all lines. So I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're doing the work for us. When you are tapped in your divine purpose, and when you standing on business, and when you're standing in purpose, because these are downloads that we get. I don't get this stuff from a book. When I come up with these titles, when spirit tells me that it's time to revive this series and whatnot, you know, I'm listening to the down. I'm getting the downloads and whatnot. I'm following spirit. So it's the alignment is right on time. It is right on time. It's right and exact. You feel me? It is right and exact. This is the type of work that you're able to do with the word and whatnot. So you don't have to pick up, because people think that spiritual warfare or war of higher principalities is a physical thing. And it never was that. It's the difference between a desert and the ocean. It's the difference between a desert and the ocean. Spiritual warfare and physical warfare, you don't got to touch nothing. You just have to touch the hearts and the minds of the right people. That's the only thing that you got to touch, because unfortunately, those same people, right? Those same people who you will touch with the truth, right? Sometimes they've been getting touched with falsehoods and lies and deceitfulness for all too long. So they need the truth. And here you come with it. Boom. So for those who are opening up their eyes, I applaud you. I salute you. This is part of the journey. When we speak about when in Rome, this is a spiritual war. This is a war on higher principalities. These people are casting spells. This slavery that we talking about breaking out of and whatnot, right? This whole thing that we're talking about breaking out of, this is a spiritual spell. They got our people underneath bondage from a mental slavery. The bondage is mental, the bondage is emotional, the bondage is spiritual. They got people out here underneath big spells, y'all. They're out here. These are spell casters. These are warlocks. They utilize contracts. They utilize paperwork. They utilize nomenclature. They utilize words, etymology. They utilize numerics. They utilize gematria. These are warlocks. These are spellcasters. These are spirit cookers. They utilize the moving picture. They utilize the Hollywood. They utilize the frequencies, right? They utilize many different apparatuses to enact what it is that they've been doing inside of Rome, the same type of Roman magic that they were utilizing many generations before this. So when you come and break these spells, you break these spells with the word. You break these spells with the demonstration, with the energy. You break these spells by tapping into your Christ consciousness. You break these spells by being fearless. So the same weapons or tools that they use are backfiring on them. The same tools that they use to enact their spells are falling around them. You didn't have to pick anything up for that to happen. You just had to stay true to self and stand on your business and say, nah, because if everybody agreed to get the Jabberwocky, the universe would not be doing what it's doing right now. If everybody just succumbed in 2023 and went on their knee and whatnot and bowed down, these things that you're seeing right now, you would not be seeing these things. Your gift or your prize that for being resistant and whatnot, it's not a prize that you could open up your email and see. It's not a prize that Amazon is going to deliver at your door. The prize that you're beginning to see because of your resistance, because of your resilience, is the fact that the world is changing. That's your prize. The prize that you're going to see is the fact that these spells are being broken, that people are beginning to wake up to the BS and whatnot. And eventually, sooner than later, this shit is really going to fall. And when it falls, it's going to fall right into your hands. So you have to will that into existence. You just can't wake up every day and be like, I'm okay, we made it. No, you got work to do. Everybody has a part to play. Okay, everybody got a part to play. You dig? You have to be everybody got a part to play. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm talking about? The spell that I'm talking about, the spell is so thick. I'm glad that you asked that question. There's a spell on our people that I've seen over the past few years that I've never seen on our people before. It's a spell of ignorance. It's a lustful spell. It's a spell of a lust demon. They have our people so far in their lower selves, groveling Negroes on their knees and whatnot, doing something strange for a piece of change. These people have no morals. They have no value. They will do anything for $1. I saw a video earlier today, and the brother was breaking. He's like one of those Kevin Samuel types. I think his name is Goldie and whatnot. And he was saying he travels around the world and whatnot. And what he noticed by traveling around the world is that sex working has been minimized to something to where it's no shame. It's no shame. Men will sell their wives off in third world countries because they're so poor and they are so needy and whatnot that they've normalized sexual work and whatnot to a point where it's not frowned upon. And he said in America, it's becoming so poor, right? It's becoming so poor that you are seeing people and whatnot willingly give themselves away, willingly, quote unquote, just collapse all of their quote unquote morals and whatnot. Their morals are going away because they're like, you know what? We don't got no money. We'll do anything for a few dollars. And we're underneath this spell of the harlot. We're underneath the spell of the fool. We're underneath the spell of the quote unquote idol worship of the highest degree. Niggas is out here worshiping pictures and whatnot, worshiping avatars. You know what I mean? They out here worshiping AI. It's crazy. So people are being compromised. Their values and their morals are being compromised. And once you lose hold of that, it's a downward slope from there. That's a fact. That's a fact. And once again, I'm not a religious person. So I'm not even speaking about it in terms of being highly religious, but I am a spiritual person. And what I do know is that some of us have been hoodwinked into think that we could be on a spiritual journey and just do any fucking thing that we want. And come up with some type of excuse like that's part of the journey, not realizing your ass is backsliding. Okay, nobody didn't tell you that because they were coddling you, but I'm here to let you know, my nigga, you backsliding. Okay, you backsliding.
Weeks of protest against the IMF.
You backsliding. Somebody got to let you know that's not what we signed up for. You can't do spirituality any fucking way that you want to. That's not how it works. Where's the sacrifice? Where's the work, my nigga? Where is it? Check this out. Check out what they doing in Kenya.
After weeks of protest against the IMF-backed finance bill, Kenya's leadership says it's ready to listen to the country's youth.
I am very proud of our young people. They have stepped forward.
This is the brokest I've ever seen America. It's more Fortune 500 companies going bankruptcy than I ever saw. Sales are the lowest in everything that you put.
Do you know that man? This is an African leader. You know where he is? Look at this. Look at this.
Look at this.
You're President Trump.
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became president, what Mr. Trump left me. We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach into your arm. You'll be all right. The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible. And so what we had to do is try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out another.
Jason's coming, y'all. Jason's coming. Yeah, I'm talking about Jason is on the way. I can't make this shit up. You know what I'm talking about? We can't make it up. We cannot make it up, bro. You know, this is a shit show if I've ever seen one. You know, this is the shit show if I've ever seen one. Somebody said, you still trying to figure out where Grandmaster Jay? Have I seen him? No, he is in the federal penitentiaries, and I'm not there, so I wouldn't see him. I don't know which one, but he did get 7 years. You know, he did get 7 years from the feds. Kenya's falling apart, but their army is in Haiti. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out myself too. I'm trying to figure it out myself. He created 15,000 new jobs for AI. If you haven't watched the zombie presidential debate, I would say you don't really, if spirit didn't lead you to watch it the first time, is one of those things. Like it could mess around and help you and fry some of your brain cells. You know, I would just look at the clips and determine from there if I want to sit through, because I was getting anxiety watching it. You feel me? Like I was literally getting like the heebie-jeebies just because it was seeming surreal. You know, I know that they know each other, and I know that they was in the trailer somewhere. They was probably, you know, they probably was in Magic City. They in Atlanta. They probably met up in Magic City or something and talked about it before they went and debated. I know that they know each other. You know what I mean? They talk about they play golf together and shit like that. It's a circus. It's idiocracy. It's wag the dog. It's theater, literally the political theater. That's exactly what it is. So I'm like, no, I'm calling my power back. I'm literally, I'm sending in my 2 weeks notice. I am divorcing the empire. I am divorcing the empire. They don't deserve me. You feel me? I am more invigorated to see Babylon fall today than I probably ever been. My mind is made up. My spirit is at ease and whatnot. I want to see this shit fall. I don't give a fuck. There's no other alternative for me personally. I don't know about other people. There's some people that just got here and they wanna check out. You know what I mean? There's places there. You know what I mean? They want to hang out and get some of the bonuses and whatnot. They were promised something. We are not the same. I've seen enough in these 40 plus years. I'm good. I know that it gets greater later. I know that there's something better on the other side of this shit. I do. So we're going to continue to do what we do. And what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to put my energy, I'm not going to put my signature, and I'm not going to put any type of quote unquote check on what these people are doing. I'm turning my backs on all of this shit. I promise you. I'm not going to be on the wrong side of history either. I'm good. I sleep good at night. I'm going to be good knowing that my energy was not the battery that they use to power this fucking the shit show. You know what I'm talking about? I know this. So I'm pulling out, pull out game. Pulling out. I'm withdrawing my support. I'm withdrawing my energy. I'm breaking my contracts. Nigga, I'm running on the plug. I'm giving back to Caesar what is his. Real talk. I'm gonna be unapologetically un-American for the next few months. And just focus on, my initiative. Food, art, clothing, technology, health. It's enough people out here doing for self, handling their business, super focused. They got global connections. Man, we don't gotta play this game. The fuck? I'm not waking up to be in the rat race. You don't have to play this game. They just broke all of the spells and they broke all of the quote unquote whatever stupor I might have been in. They helped to wake me up. Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe. And Donald Bump. You know what I'm talking about? Donald Bump. Because man oh man. You can see right through the nostrils. Yeah. They woke me up. They got me up out of this illusion. Because that's what this shit is. The Matrix. So woe unto you black Romans holding this shit up, guarding the gate, you boule niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Woe unto you because you are on the wrong side of history and nobody can change that. You made your bed, now lay in it. You came here to be a traitor. You signed a contract to be a nincompoop and to stand on the wrong side of history. So stand right there. You know what I mean? We don't need to solicit anybody's help at this point. We don't need to try to convince anybody of anything. The same way, it's the same energy when they was trying to put poison in our veins. And who stood on business and say, we not finna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We don't have to do it. I don't give a fuck what they saying. I don't care how scary it's looking. You don't got to do that. You don't have to do that. Take your energy back and sit this one out and just go about business. Handle your BI. Because think about it, was for all of us that are unsullied and whatnot, that didn't get into the spell that they were trying to cast. For people that's asking, what's the spell? The spell is, if you don't take this poison, we gonna do something to you. Nigga, that's the spell. And you let them do it to you. You know what I mean? It's called politricks. It's called tricknology. It's called somebody pointing to the sky and saying this shit is green and making you agree, then it's green. That's the spell. And that's what they did tonight. They got up in front of you, right? Fire Marshal Bill. Okay. Fire Marshal Bill and fucking Biff from Back to the Future. Right? They got up in front of you and tried to convince you that these are two qualified men to basically control the next 4 years of not only your life, but your children's life. Man, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. I got a strong enough mind to will a different existence into reality. My mind is strong enough to will a different reality into existence. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm comfortable with how my mind works, because when they was out here knocking people off and telling people that there was all of these invisible, there was an invisible virus, there was this invisible threat, and if you didn't go along with their mandates and what they said that they were telling you to do, that they just miraculously overnight popped up and try to figure out, and people were listening to it like it was law. It's the same mentality. You don't have to vote for nobody. You don't have to put your energy into none of this shit. You don't have to co-sign nothing that they're talking about. You just got to focus on what is true to you. Where's your land at? Where's your estate? When are you going to pack these Europeans up and send them back to their motherfucking home and whatnot? When are you going to do that? When are you going to take your land back? When are you going to take your resources back? When you're gonna own your water? When you're gonna own this goddamn this electromagnetic field that you're standing on, this grid and whatnot? Not own it, but when are you gonna have it charged up? When are you gonna chase these crazy bald heads out of town? That's the only conversation that I want to have. Do you know what I mean? That's the only conversation that I want to have. Everything else is a waste of time and energy. So join us, please. Don't miss this one on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. For everybody who got your tickets, you will receive your link for the Zoom the day before, which is Saturday. Okay? For the ones who bought tickets tonight, because I seen y'all getting a bunch of tickets, you are going to receive a free class from American Gods, the American God series that we just did right here. You're going to get either class 3 or class 2, which was about 3 and some hours. It's fire. It's chock full of information. So you could do your research and things of that nature, because all of these are connected. They're all connected. Okay? I don't do scatterbrain information and research. All of these classes have connectivities to each other, right? The next one that I'm coming up with is Fear of a Blackamoor Messiah. And then after that, I'm doing the Facts Initiative. And then I might take the rest of the year off, you know, because I got work to do and I got to get low in order to do that work. And I can't really be out here, you know, campaigning and doing all of this stuff. I got campaigning to do. Campaign work, right? After we roll out the Facts Initiative, I have to campaign. I got to move around and do things, because we just not bumping our gums. We really want to initiate some type of growth and development, you know, and we don't want to be reactionary. We want to get our shit together before they pull the levers in November, you know? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I almost forgot about the trivia questions. Let me ask y'all the trivia questions. Okay. Where do I have these questions? Damn. And a minister. Oh, yeah. I'm glad we hooked up with them as well. You know, that's like family. We've been rocking with them since day one. Notice everybody who took the jab was like an FB groupie like cult. Yeah. Yeah. You saw that. Hive mind. Groupthink. Right? Hive mind. Groupthink. We ain't into shit like that. You know? We don't want to think as a, you know, we don't want to be blind thinkers. You don't always got to run with the pack. Yeah, happy 44th. Salute. Salute. You know? And also, I want to let you know this as well, that the level of fear mongering, of course, is going to increase. You should know that. That's a no-brainer. You know, because you know how America gives it up. You know how this government gives it up. And I was watching a video today where an African brother was breaking down what the deep state was, right? For y'all to hear, they talk about deep state this, deep state that. And he said the deep state is Israel. You know? That's the deep state. You know? That's just another way of saying the swamp is it real? You know? Mr. Swamp. Yes, the Borg mentality. I remember a video that came out. I think it was Lennon Honor. He did the Borg mentality back in the days. It was a powerful series and whatnot, but it broke down the whole Borg mentality. You feel me? And that was interesting. You feel me? That was very, very interesting. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to come back on Friday. I'm going to do a Friday show. I think it's going to be me and Blue. And we will do the giveaway on the Friday show, which is tomorrow. I promise you, because I'm looking for this paper where I had all of these questions written down. And I don't know where the paper is at. And I have a lot of my research notes and stuff like that. So tomorrow we're going to do the giveaway. We will do the questions. I'm going live more than likely in the afternoon, but if not, it'll be in the nighttime. You'll see a flyer. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you press the like button and make sure you hit that bell, because when you hit that bell, you'll be informed or notified whenever we go live or whenever we schedule a show. You'll be alerted, and we'll be back, because one thing I do know is that the information is given. You know, things are moving at an accelerated pace, so we're gonna have a lot to talk about mañana. I should have brought Blue in tonight to have this conversation, but I know he was running around all day and he had to rest his mind and whatnot. So we'll see you tomorrow. You know, love and light to the family. I appreciate every single person for pulling up. We will see you very, very soon. And for those of y'all who are holding tickets for Sunday, my KTLians, we look forward to seeing you, man. You know what I mean? We got something special for you. I promise you, we are going to give you a divine spark. We are going to give you a divine spark. And the divine spark is going to wake something up. All right? It's going to wake something up. So you could start that journey that you really need to start, because like I said, the falling of Rome is symbolic of the death that's taking place inside of your mind. Okay. The Rome that lives inside of each one of us. We all got pieces of Rome in us, roaming around and whatnot, compromising us, stopping us from achieving our goals. You know what I mean? That white man, that Roman that's inside of your brain, that voice that talks to you and whatnot. Those are the Romans that have to fall, right? They put him in all of our heads. I don't even know how he got in my head, but he's there. He's there. So the more that we wake up and open up our eyes the more that shit falls inside. As above, so below, right? So with that being said, love and light, we will see you very, very soon. Peace.
And moving to Russia, where the Kremlin has labeled the United States as an enemy, reportedly for the first time. The remark was made by Vladimir Putin's president.
It is a scene reminiscent out of the Cold War, and the message, well, it couldn't be any clearer.
Yeah, 3 Russian warships and a nuclear-powered submarine arrived in Cuba a few hours ago. They're taking...
Now, we look at whether the dollar is losing its global dominance. International Monetary Fund's data reveals that US dollar's dominance as the world's primary reserve currency is slowly eroding.
The Pentagon also deployed warships and aircraft today to track Russian vessels as they make their way to Cuba.
That's right. Last week, Moscow launched vessels toward the Caribbean for a series of planned military exercises.
However, MarineTraffic.com shows one of the ships came within, get this, 30 miles of Key Largo, Florida.
The G7 summit kicks off tomorrow. We told you about the agenda yesterday. There's a host of issues that these leaders have to address. But one thing stands out, and that is tackling Russia. The G7...
Vladimir Putin displaying his displeasure with American support for Ukraine. So Cuba announced that these ships were coming last week, and today...
Barnes accused of plotting to conduct a mass shooting right here in Atlanta at State Farm Arena, hoping to spark a race war. This is according to the FBI. So the Department of Justice says Mark Pareto told 2 undercover FBI agents about his plan to shoot African Americans and other people of color. An investigator said that he wanted to target a concert held